Hey everyone, and welcome to today's explainer right here in the lab. I'm Brekky, and I'm your guide for making AI not just understandable, but genuinely practical for your everyday life. Now, this explainer is a computer and cyber sciences learning initiative, and it's presented in proud partnership with Coastline College. We are so absolutely thrilled you're joining us today. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
Think about the last time you used one of these incredible AI tools. You toss in a prompt and boom, almost instantly you get a creative poem, a solution to a really complex math problem, or maybe a perfectly translated document. Honestly, it feels a little bit like magic, right? You kind of sit there wondering, how on earth does it know absolutely everything about everything, all at the exact same time, without breaking a sweat?
Well, that brings us to section 1, the power of specialization, the brilliant shortcut behind the scenes. See, behind that lightning-fast performance, there's no actual magic. It's just a really clever architectural shortcut. We call this design a mixture of experts, or MOE for short. Basically, instead of relying on one massive general-purpose brain to process absolutely everything, an MOE uses a highly coordinated team of specialized models to handle specific tasks. It's like having a dedicated team of specialists rather than just one giant overworked employee trying to do it all. To really appreciate why this is such a game changer, we kind of have to look at how things used to be done. In a traditional setup, when you ask a giant AI a question, the entire model, literally every single artificial neuron inside its massive brain, has to wake up and start working to find your answer. Imagine calling a massive town hall meeting with an entire city's population just to ask if you need an umbrella today. I mean, sure, it works and you'll get your answer, but what a colossal waste of time and energy, right? Moving right along to section 2, inside the specialist team, dividing and conquering the workload. So sitting right at the center of this whole MOE setup is a brilliant little coordinator called the gating network. Here's how it goes down. First, you submit your prompt. Next, the gating network reads it over and analyzes what you actually need. And then, bam, it instantly routes your question to just the 2 or 3 most relevant experts. So if you ask it to crunch some budget numbers, the gating network sends that straight to the math and data experts. The poetry experts? Yeah, they get to stay fast asleep. They don't waste a single drop of energy waking up for a math problem. Which leads us perfectly into section 3, why MOE matters for you. Translating architecture into everyday benefit. This really highlights the night and day difference between the two setups. With the traditional model, you're looking at heavy energy consumption and way slower speeds because the whole system is just grinding away on every single request. But with the MOE model, it's all about efficient, green energy and lightning-fast speeds because all the irrelevant parts of the system are just chilling out, completely dormant. And that gives us what we call the dual benefits of MOE. First off, it's so much faster. Since it only activates a tiny fraction of its brain for any given question, you get your answers in no time. Second, it's actually much smarter. Because they train these smaller, dedicated parts of the network to be world-class at their specific subjects, you really get the best of both worlds. You're getting the massive, broad capability of a giant model, but with the razor-sharp precision of a true specialist. It is literally like having an elite team of expert consultants sitting right in your pocket, ready whenever you need them. And that brings us to section 4, our final and most vital topic, human in the loop, the most important expert in the system. Because listen, even with this amazing mixture of digital experts working so efficiently behind the scenes, there is a fundamental necessity we absolutely have to remember. It's our golden rule here in the lab, keeping a human in the loop. There's one expert that this incredibly advanced system can absolutely never replace, and that expert is you. I really want you to memorize our core mantra. AI generates, you evaluate, you decide. Look, no matter how specialized these digital models are, they don't live in your world. They don't know your specific audience, they don't have your lived experiences, and yes, they definitely still make mistakes. The AI is there to do the heavy lifting, gathering data and drafting. It generates. But you are the ultimate expert. You review the work, you add that crucial human nuance, you catch the errors, and you make the final call. You decide. So I want to leave you with a thought to chew on today. As the ultimate expert in your own world, how will you evaluate and guide the AI tools you're using today? The next time you get a blazing fast, super smart response from your favorite AI, you'll know exactly how those digital specialists teamed up behind the scenes to make it happen. Thank you so much for hanging out and exploring this with me today. Remember to keep exploring AI, keep building your confidence, and most importantly, use it wisely. See you next time.